What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back, and I got episode 5 of the Bikini Bottom Tours today for you. We got the museum today, as you guys can see. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't, but we'll get into the build here. So here we've got the museum, as you guys can see. I'll just start up here with the front. We've got the little dragon head, and it looks really cool with the half slabs and the stairs and stuff. You can get some really detailed stuff if you use it like all together as the same texture. But as for like right here, we've got the little shields and oars, and the shields actually say museum, which is kind of cool. The banners actually kind of took me a while, but you can actually look up like how to make letters on banners if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. But then we have like just a little hole that's sunk the ship, and then at the back we've got the tail that's just kind of curled, which looks kind of cool. But all in all, this was one of my favorite favorite builds to actually remake, because our old one was really tiny, and it just was not very detailed. So this one looks pretty cool. But this is going to be in the second part of the episode over here. We've got the bus and the amulet, but the beginning of the episode is going to be here. So this will actually take us to prehistoric times. So as you guys can see, this is prehistoric times. We've got just a kind of like a forest that you guys can walk up through when you get in. And then over here, we've actually got the builds from the episode. So I'm going to start over here with SpongeBob's. It's just kind of like a dried out pineapple, very simple. Drew built all 3 of these houses, and he did a great job. One of my favorite parts about SpongeBob is like the leafy green at the top that makes it look kind of like dried out. But we'll move inside here. So I went back and watched the episode, and it's actually gray on the inside. So I changed the inside to gray. And then we obviously have the little shelf with the rock that wakes SpongeBob up in the morning. But yeah, these builds are really simple. So that's pretty much it for SpongeBob. So we'll move up to Squidward's here. But I changed Squidward's to this like darker purple gray, because it's actually darker in the episode. And then I also changed these little walkway tiles to stone. So we'll move inside here. We've got a little potted plant at the bottom here, and then if we take the ladder up, we've got his bed, a little pedestal which he does his art on in the episode, and then we've also got his little music stand for his sheet music. But that's pretty much it for Squidward's. Like I said, very simple. The outsides are kind of the main part of the builds, not the insides. So we'll move on to Patrick's here, and Patrick's is actually the simplest of them all. It is a rock, and on the inside we have a little sleeping pad for Patrick. That's pretty much it. It doesn't actually show the inside of his house in the episode, so we just thought go simple. And then one thing that we never added in was the log that was on fire, and that's like the entire part of that episode, which I kind of forgot about while we were building this. You know, we looked at a lot of pictures when we built this, but we didn't actually watch episodes, and that's one thing that I'm trying to do to get these builds more accurate, is actually watch the episodes. So I added in the little log with the flame on it, but yeah, that's pretty much it for Prehistoric. It's a very small build, but it's really cool because it's its own episode, and the nether actually gives off this like little red glow. So I thought that that was kind of a cool like touch, building it in the nether. But yeah, so we'll I'll meet you guys back at the museum, because this portal actually takes us out into the middle of nowhere. So I'll meet you guys over back at the museum, and I'll show you guys Atlantis. So actually, I wanted to start in Jellyfish Fields here, because if you guys follow me over here, at the beginning of the Atlantis episode, SpongeBob and Patrick actually find this cave in Jellyfish Fields that has the amulet, and Drew and I never added that in, so that was something that I added into this cave here. I forget who built this cave, but it looks really cool, so thank you to whoever ended up building that. But yeah, so SpongeBob and Patrick find the amulet over there, and then they go to the museum with the amulet like stuck in SpongeBob. But yeah, so if we walk into the museum here, we've got just like the checkered floor and then some paintings on the wall. Over here we got the amulet, which is pretty important, and then I just kind of built the museum to look like it did in some of the pictures you guys are seeing. Over here we've actually got the van that they take to Atlantis, which I think looks pretty cool. One thing I did was I replaced the item frames with the gold wool, or the yellow wool. I replaced them with the glowing item frames because I thought they looked a little better. Alright, so if you guys follow me inside of the van here, we just have some seating, and then the driver's seat, obviously, with a little window that looks out. But back here in the corner, we actually have this little tunnel, and so this is what takes us to Atlantis, because we actually can't move the van, obviously. So this tunnel actually goes on forever, so I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up.
A few moments later.
And we are still going. This is lots of fun here.
2 hours later.
Alright, so here we've actually got Atlantis, as you guys can see. So the outside looks incredible. We built this giant blue dome around it. And this, like I said, this is our biggest build on this world, actually. So I'm kind of excited to show you guys. But right here, we've got the bus, obviously, that they fly in on that's crashed. Same thing on the inside and outside. So I'll show you guys the outside, kind of. We've just got these little, like, houses that the Atlanteans live in. And then me and my roommate Lucas actually made this, like, yellow pathway glow, because it kind of looks cool. Shulker boxes again, give off light like Drew showed me. But over here, I'll show you guys that a little later. That's something new that we haven't added in before. But I'm going to go ahead and go inside here. So we'll go up these stairs here that we see the King of Atlantis fall down. But up here, we've got the little dining room that they eat at before they get kicked out because SpongeBob and Patrick popped the world's oldest bubble. Very simple, just kind of like a blue table and blue chairs. But down here, we've got just like the main hallway that breaks off into the 4 rooms here. So we'll actually start over here with Mr. Krabs' room, the money room. So as you guys can see in pictures, it's just a heaping load of coin and chests and gold and diamonds and all that kind of stuff. But there's also these like pictures up top, so I added those in. I thought that it kind of added a lot of detail to the builds, and I like that the rooms are much bigger. I'm really glad that I made the rooms a lot bigger because you can put in a lot more details. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Mr. Krabs, just kind of a money room. The second room we're going to see here is Squidward's art room. So this is my favorite, personally, just because of the detail that went into this build, because it's so much different than all the other ones. But first off, we've got the statue here in the middle, and then we've got these like pillars that kind of go around the room, and then like the gray side. But another thing that I really like is it has a sky roof, which this is really cool because you don't really notice it from the outside unless you're paying attention because the glass is kind of the same color as the wool. But overall, I think that this room turned out really cool and is, like I said, it's my favorite room out of all 4. So next we're going to go over to Sandy's here, and Sandy's technology room just has a few of these fancy machines. The first one being the turn anything into ice cream machine. And then we got a random one over here. But then this one's the one that puts them in the video game. Kind of an iconic scene from this episode. So I thought that I'd add that in. And then we also have the chairs that they sit in, that they put the little helmets on their head, and then they go into the video game. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Sandy's. Very simple, the chairs and the technology. So we'll move on to SpongeBob and Patrick's room. Now this is the simplest of them all because all that's in the room is the case that holds the bubble. So we've got a little glass case here, and then obviously the bubble inside that they pop, which actually isn't the world's oldest bubble, but then later they pop it up in the room I showed you earlier. So those 4 rooms, I really like how I redid them. I really like that the rooms are also bigger. It just allowed me to put in more details, and like I couldn't have done that with Squidward's with the big statue and stuff. So I'm really happy with how all that turned out. Now this is over here. You guys have probably noticed that this wasn't here before. So this is the door that Plankton takes. That actually takes him into the weapons room. So if you follow me down here, we've actually got the weapons room. Now this took me forever to actually mine out and build because this world is sand. So I actually had to use torches and like mine out this whole area. But this room is so cool. I'm really glad that I added it in because we got the tanks and then the planes, and it just looks really cool and it adds more to Atlantis. And then right here we've got the little barrels with like all the ammunition and stuff. It just looks incredible, and honestly one of my favorite parts of this build just because I added it in recently. But this is actually our escape hatch here that takes you up through the water. But this is the tank that Plankton stole and actually ended up aiming at all of them. Drew and I added that in because we didn't have it before, and like I said, we mostly looked at pictures instead of actually watching the episodes. So I went back and watched the episode. I noticed that we kind of forgot about the Plankton's room, So we added that in, but that tank is actually the one that's missing from right there. So I thought that was actually kind of a cool idea. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Atlantis. I'll show you guys the blue dome outside just because it's like, just show you the sheer size of this build. Like, it's huge. Like, it's massive, and it's definitely the biggest build on this world. I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't. The support has been unreal for this series and on my channel as a whole. It just makes me really excited to keep putting out content for you guys, so I really appreciate it. We'll be back sometime soon with another episode. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.